glad to hear it. Happy Sunday. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my camera. So I don't know. Got a forehead that time. Yeah. It's really good and blurry today. It's shaving off like 20 years right here, y'all. This is wrinkles, I guess you can tell. But anyway, how you doing? This is our day. So we made it to church today. Woo! And we're doing the series on boundaries. And I know if you go to our church, y'all have been through the boundaries talk. And today's stuff was talking about, the guy was talking about knowing when to say yes and knowing when to say no. And I have a lot of things to say about yes and no, but in his context from church today, he was talking about agreeing to do too many things at one time in your life, which apparently a lot of people I know have that. I don't really have that. I figured out that boundary a long time ago. I remember being the first time I stood up for myself and said, no, I'm not doing it was, and I remember it because it was it was like, oh, you really did that? Lynn Bagley asked me to chaperone a youth group thing of the teenagers to go somewhere. And, you know, the yes person is like, of course she's asking me to do that, but I remember vividly going, nope. And so many reasons why nope. I don't like teenagers necessarily, and I knew that. I'm really, really good with little babies. Little babies are my thing, and I think, and the look she gave me when I said no, I don't think anybody's ever told her. I mean, who tells people at church no? But he was just talking about that, you know your limits, and of course God first, family second, and every other thing is, you know, you pick and choose, and you got to keep yourself grounded and centered. So it was an interesting sermon. It was an interesting sermon, and it brought back some memories of. I'm pretty good about setting boundaries. I am. Okay, next thing is I wanted to share that the boyfriend actually had to, he's, okay, remember we live in a little tiny condo, right? And as I accumulate stuff, which I'm really bad about doing, then you have to rearrange everything. So he got into our closet, and we got two closets, the other bedroom closet, and he worked all day today in that closet to make it where you could actually walk in there. So he spent the day doing that. It was a lot of work. But the thing that got me is that, let me see all the boxes. He, of course, came across our photos, right? So we have photos from the day before my children were conceived, not to mention our childhood, up to, you know, whenever phone cameras came into existence where you didn't have hard photos anymore. And my thought process was always that my children will want to see these photos whenever they have little kids, and they'll go like, oh, this was me at your age. And no, they are not interested. They are not interested, and I don't know what I'm thinking. And John's trying to organize it, and I'm like, dude, we just should chunk them. Just nobody. Anyway, he's working on that, and he sat over there on the couch today, and I could hear it because he gets real emotional looking at him. I said, don't even show them to me. I don't want to get sucked in. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Anyway, so what are y'all doing with your old photos? I mean, and there, you know, whenever you took pictures, you took 10 pictures of the same thing, hoping one of them would come out, and you'd have them all printed, and you know, and I never threw anything away, so it's just a mess. There's nothing. It's just a mess. Anyway, that's what I got going on. Also, I've got started doing a YouTube channel of my videos. I moved them from Facebook over to YouTube. I'm starting a new venture in my Doterra business, which is terrifying me. But part of that will be doing more stuff on YouTube. So if you feel like it, you don't have to. Y'all know me, whatever. But I'd love your support. If you'd go on and hit subscribe, apparently that's the thing. Apparently the object of YouTube is to get subscribers. So I've gone from 2, because it was me and John, about 4 weeks ago. The next week I was up to like, I don't know. Last week it was like 5 or 4. And then this week it's like 6. And I'm like, ooh, I'm growing so fast. So if y'all feel like it, I put the link below. If not, again, whatever. That's all I got for tonight. If y'all have some suggestions about what we should do about all these photos, I appreciate it. I just don't know. I don't know if we should mail it off to one of those companies that say they'll put them in and what, nobody cares. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got. Y'all have a good night. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Much love.